Mailman Center for Child Development is proud to celebrate 50 years of innovation, impact, and connection with services and programs such as this one.
This is the child we saw this week, Brianna, who's 30 months of age, and we'll go around and give our reports.
The basic idea of interdisciplinary or interprofessional teaming is that, in general, no one person has the training to do everything they need to be able to take care of a child, especially when there's a complex medical need or a developmental disorder. And this can be in the context of a clinical case, that is, trying to figure out what's happening with an individual child. It could also be in the context of research and trying to figure out who needs to be part of your team to answer and ask a good research question. And also could be in terms of policy and trying to decide, should we build a playground to deal with obesity or something else?
Start off, with you giving us a little bit about the history of education. Nancy, we can start with you.
So teamwork, interpersonal communication, leadership, those are things that are true for every team. What makes an interdisciplinary team interesting and different is that because there are different disciplines, one key idea is, do we have appropriate respect for each other, regardless of which discipline? And that includes, in particular, families. Are we recognizing that families have strengths and have expertise that we need to take into account and be part of a team and have their ideas respected, just like anyone else's?
When we discuss, the issues related to how many things you want to give the family, especially all at one time, who should be at the family conference? Dr. Dowling?
I would assume that psychology, speech and language, and school placement, because I think school placement is going to be critical. Placing this child with typical peers is going to go a long way.
Okay. Occupational therapy?
I think my findings were pretty consistent with what psychology found, so I can furnish my report and they can go over those recommendations there.
A second part that's important is the use of terminology. And underlying the terminology are the differences in paradigm or philosophy or how we think about things. And this comes up in particular when we're trying to figure out, well, what's the best approach to understanding a condition that a child has, and what are the right treatments?
He was very compliant with the
When you're trying to decide whether your discipline or someone else's discipline takes priority, you have to decide, well, what is the right thing to do for this particular child? The value of improving our abilities as interdisciplinary team members is that we're able to communicate better. We're able to understand the roles of other disciplines. We're able to put our own disciplines in the right perspective. And if we're able to do this effectively, we can get to the right diagnosis, the right recommendations, or the right research or policy practice.